The House passed the bills today.
When Michigan passed its right-to-work law, it was a day of celebration for this group of Dearborn city workers.
I was waiting for it for a long time. I was happy when it happened. I was the first one out of the union.
They were paying about $600 a year to the Teamsters for what they say was not much in return.
Good. I used to be very active in the union, and by my being active, I saw the lack of work they were doing for us.
They really weren't helping me much. And things that they said they could do, I wound up doing myself.
But leaving the Teamsters has not been an easy process. Resigning was a problem.
We were told that you had to wait for a certain window, and it could have been up to a year.
Then there were the fees. Maria Santiago Powell resigned from the union years before Right to Work went into effect in April. By law, she was required to pay the Teamsters a monthly maintenance fee.
I thought come April, I would have $40 more on my check, and that wasn't the case.
And now this. Their Local 214, pushed a new policy saying non-members would now have to pay for the Teamsters to process employment grievances.
I didn't know it was going to be as involved as it is, but it's different than I expected, I guess.
Unions typically request what is known as exclusive representation when they become certified over a class of workers. Greg, Maria, Fred, and Sean are no longer union members, but the Teamsters still negotiate their pay, benefits, and work conditions.
In essence, it's a monopoly, but the union has to give back something too.
The unions have a duty to represent all members of the bargaining unit equally without discrimination. That's been the law for over 5 decades now. This goes back to the time when the unions discriminated racially against certain bargaining unit members. A right to work goes a long way to worker freedom, but the unions still have the monopoly power of exclusively representing all the employees in the bargaining unit. So the right to work law is very clear that they cannot charge for things like grievance filing.
The 4 workers have asked the Mackinac Center's Legal Foundation to defend their workplace freedom, especially from a union like the Teamsters, which collects $1 billion a year from forced unionization.
I've not filed a grievance in the past, but if I do need them, I've paid them a lot of money already.